And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft, working on our new home, and came up with a design for the side windows here, a little bit better. So the thought is using stained glass blocks in this voided area, and then a glowstone right in the middle, which would give a good amount of light and allow the building to be lit in a neat way. The nighttime is pretty cool. So I've got a little bit of this roof in here, and we've got a couple of the stacks going up, and it's time for some flying buttress design. Now, in general, these are kind of a pain, to design. So please forgive any figuring out on the fly, so to speak. Okay, so first things first, as a general rule, you want to double up your middle thickness. So you want it to be at least 2 blocks thick. So you got your stair step down and you've got 2 blocks thick. Now you need to figure out where it's going to come up over here, and it really doesn't, in the long run, it really doesn't matter. So just sort of wing it, because, that's the best designs. Wing it. Same 2 block theory. We may take 1 or 2 of those out in time, but we're going to want this to come up. Oh, wrong block. Quartz in the middle. And then those. So we're getting close to meeting up with our other buttress. And then that meets up right there. So we can do kind of interesting things with that. Let's get these underneath and then figure out what we want to do about this little design right here. Because in between all of these, we're going to have, let's start it off down here. This is probably the best bet. First, let's get the stone bricks in, and then up here we want them underneath. And I'm leaving this area here for a secondary design. So we're going to want basically these to line up over the quartz that we just put in there. So it's going to be sort of a, it's going to be a 3-dimensional sort of pattern. And you can go darker blocks in between if you want. That might be something I swap out, is getting the brick blocks to show up in between there. Okay, so this right here, this would be a great spot for a quartz slab. Right there. Now, I gotta try to remember how I did this on the community server, because it's been a little while since I figured all this out. We've got this little spot in here. One thing we could do, let's get my drill back in my hand, is take this here. So this is basically going to go like this. I'm going to do this side first, and then we'll see if we want to swap out those quartz blocks inside with bricks. Or you could even use like the black concrete and get a really sharp contrast between the 2 colors. So this lands right like that. And we've got that coming out. If we keep this going, we will eventually cross paths with ourselves, just like that. And that goes down. That will go up, and that kind of ties in with that quartz slab like that. So let's just go all the way through. This is probably the most tedious part of this whole process. If there was a way, if you had 2 players, there's, you know, ways you can speed this up by having one person underneath and one person on top. You just swap those out like that. Okay. So rather than do anything crazy there, I want to plan on having. Let's see, where is a good spot? I kind of want a feature like right in there, like a piece of glowstone or something that sneaks through. So we could put this there, quartz there, and there. Doesn't really look all that good. One thing we could do, take the quartz here and here, and that will line up like that. And we can put a piece of glowstone there. With a little bit of iron bar right in the middle as a texture sort of mix up. And then on the bottom here, we could use like the brick slabs to bind that together like that. The purpose is that you want it to look just this epically solid. Yeah, I think we're going to want something other than quartz in the middle there. I really do. Because it just sort of blends right here. You're gonna want color differences. So what do you think? Black concrete or brick running through the center of this? Oh, flower's muted.
Don't you need something stairs?
No, if you look on this other side,
right?
You can see the quartz. You see the quartz blocks in there. I need those to be darker. I need those to stand out a little bit more because they're just blending in to the stairs too much. Because on the other, we're still got a layer of stairs to put on the inside of that. But I needed access.
Maybe concrete. Maybe some dark oak.
No, I don't know about wood.
I mean, most of the wood would be covered up.
Let's try black concrete, just because. Put this, a little bit of this in here. I mean, most of it is covered up. Most of it will be covered up. No, see, I'm thinking bricks. I honestly think it's gonna have to be bricks. Just so it looks like there's a center core. Wow, that stuff is.
It mines pretty fast.
Mine's slow when you're flying, though.
It's true, everything does.
Okay, let's try stone bricks because I want it to be a consistent. Needs to look like, yeah, see, now it looks like there's a core running through that, and then the quartz is over the top of that. Normally I like to do a little bit more fancy stuff in between here, but I'm not sure if we really need it all that much. I'm gonna have to study the. Oh, where did I place that? Oh, it's way over here. Nice. Yeah, normally I like to do like more fancy stuff in between. But we don't have that big of an area. I have enough to really study what I did in the community server. Because that turned out really nice. There. So there, it looks like there's 2 layers, consistent layers going through there now. You have the brick structural thing that just continues on up the roof. And you have the quartz that ties in with the structure itself. I don't know, I think that looks pretty good.
I like the accent idea.
The accent idea.
I'm putting something different in the middle.
Yeah, I want to go for that solid structure there. And if I could make black concrete stairs, I would definitely make the stairs and the internal thing black concrete, just to make that structure go up and then continue on. But with the limited number of stairs and stuff that we have, I think it is better. You want to grab some stairs, some quartz stairs? See how fast we can punch this out.
Too low.
Now down here. Where are you?
Right here.
Okay.
You just keep going down. Okay, so... Okay. Just leave me with what I'm used to. Don't switch it up on me.
There we go. And then we need the... Where'd it go?
I have a slab.
Okay.
Slab.
Link. There. That there is the flying buttress. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, now the next quick thing I want to get to before we wrap up the episode is the tops of these pillars. We need something fancy up here, and I was just about to to close that in. I saw you go up there. I was like, oh, like a bee to a flower. Okay. So slap some glowstone in there, make some glowiness, and we're gonna put 2 on the corners, and then we're gonna bridge it across, and then on top we're gonna have bricks like so. I built this many times. So there's your bricks. You can even forego this top layer here. That might look better. And FYI, cobblestone wall, vein mineable. So just be aware. So if we go instead of just 2 up, and then the bricks on top of that, that might look a little cleaner. And then around the outside, or cobblestone wall. I love these things. I don't know if you can tell or not, but there's a great for looking like they really belong. Okay, so in here we have quite a large area, and we want to shrink that down as much as we can, while looking cool while we do it. Okay, so we're gonna do a 3x3. We're gonna put a piece of glowstone on top of that, and then we're gonna go around the outside. And then 3x3 on the top. So you just kind of look at it, break up the lines a little bit, and then let's do a plus for like 3. I remember one of these designs that I did was exactly a stack of cobblestone wall for every one of these I built. It's kind of cool. 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the top, torch. So that's kind of a nice tapering corner. You know, as you go around it switches profiles, which is kind of cool. And yeah, it's a good topper. So let's look at that from the bottom. Doesn't look like much from the bottom.
Different colored torches.
That would be kind of cool. But yeah, you see this thing from a distance, and you can really tell that there's some detail up there. Not all detail needs to be immediately present when you look at something. So I like that there's a little bit of difference as you look around something. So you can, if you want to get fancy with it, put some torches various places. You don't want to go too crazy with the torches, but yeah, light it up. And the glowstone in there really helps light that up. And once we get some stained glass in here, there's going to be glowstone right in the center, and that will help light up the facade. It's really cool coming up to the building like this at night, because you know it's not bright, but it's got some good accent lighting. And so inside here we still have a little bit of quartz stair work to get done. Forgot to stretch these over. And then we'll do some stuff with the pillars. Pillars basically go up, match up with this, and then this one goes up and will attach to an internal buttress that it's going to bridge between the two. But we need to get a lot of this built first. And you know, if anybody has any questions out there, let me know, and we can cover more building, or I can come in and explain it a little bit differently. But for the most part, that is the basic next stage of the structure. So the first few episodes were this lower part, getting all of this squared away, and the pillars, and getting all of this set up. And the next part is getting the next stage of the build done. So yeah, that is a good structure. It's going to look epic when it's done. So we're going to have a flying buttress going this way. We're going to have one going here. We're going to have two coming off this one. We're going to have one coming off this way, and then one coming off this way. And then again, that corner is going to go that way and down. That corner is going to go that way and that way. This corner is that way and that way. And then 3 across there. So in total, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 total buttresses going around here. So like I said, the build has a lot of repetition in order to sort of get people used to building like this. So yeah, good times, and really fun if you have, you know, a lot of people to help, and you get a design like this, and you can just say, hey, go ham, and they can just start building and placing, and You know, using lots and lots of nether quartz. We've already, holy cow, we have used, I would say, oh man, we've used so much nether quartz. We've used, I want to say that was at about 90, so we've used almost 60,000 nether quartz. Let me say that again, 60,000 nether quartz. And we're not even halfway done with this yet. So yeah, a lot of nether quartz. A lot of nether quartz. And nether rack, we're going through, we got a lot, but we're going through it pretty fast because of all the nether brick we're going through. You know, each brick block takes 4 brick. I think it's actually 1 to 1. Oh no, it's 4 to 1. So each stair is 6 blocks. Each of those is 4. So each stair we use, I mean, that's a lot of brick. It's a lot of brick. So yeah, it's a lot of resources, but in the end, it's worth it because you have an epic house that people are like, holy cow, how did you build that thing? And it's just simple. It's just simple design repetition. You get a design like this buttress, and you just repeat it, and you just make it look cool, and it looks cool. People want to know how you did it. And these giant windows here, well, again, it's completely arbitrary how you design them. You can keep with this design here and do something up there, or you can play with the design because you've got a lot more space. You can be much more creative. You can make one giant window and have like patterns. You can have like decorations and stuff. I'll play with some ideas, and when we come back next episode, I may have a final design that I'm proud of. But it's not too important how you design your windows, as long as you have fun and you stretch those creative muscles a little bit. But anyway, that will have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.